Welcome to this week's episode of Talk of the Town. My name is Phillip Swicegood, and I am back with my good friend and co-host, Dr. Kenneth Harper from Vein Specialist of the South, who, aside from being a great TV host, is also a really good doctor. Now, if you have questions about your veins, I hope you'll give Dr. Harper and my friends at Vein Specialist of the South a call, and they will get you the answers that you deserve. We also want to thank our presenting sponsor this week, which is Piedmont Macon. Piedmont Macon providing comprehensive health care for all of your medical needs. Thanks so much for making a show like this possible. Now, if you're wondering, what in the world is Talk of the Town? Here's what you can expect week in and week out from us. A conversation between me and Dr. Harper and someone in the community that you need to know about. This week is no exception, as we are sitting here with Hannah Theus, who is the marketing director for one of our favorite events, which is the Cherry Blossom Festival. Hannah, thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Please explain to us, how did you become the marketing director for the Pinkest Party on Earth?
So Cherry Blossom has meant so much to so many people, myself included. I was able to serve as queen in 2013, and so that was my introduction to some of the community members who lead this amazing organization, and I was able to come back and serve in this role.
She might be the first royalty we've interviewed on our show.
The first one. This is a big deal.
I know one, a girl that's done it before. She was a princess as well. Erin was a princess, so yes, definitely. Definitely.
So, people want to know all about the Cherry Blossom Festival.
Sure.
It is one of the highlights of the year for Macon, Middle Georgia, and really the Southeast, and people come from all over the country and actually internationally to come visit.
That's correct.
But what are the dates this year? That's a good place to start, don't you think?
Absolutely, always.
And how do you pick those dates?
So it's March 15th through the 24th. We always start that third Friday. So that's how we became just the cherry blossom capital of the world. We try to keep in line with the cherry blossoms blooming. We can't control them. I know everybody wants us to, but we just try to keep it on those dates. And then it's also always trying to be the peak bloom date, which is March 23rd. It's also Mr. Fickling Sr.'s birthday, who was the first person to discover the cherry
nice,
tree.
that's neat.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
there's that, isn't that live cherry blossom watch thing for the first?
We do.
When does that start?
It'll start here in a couple of weeks, so we're excited because the Bloom Cam had an amazing results last year. We were speaking earlier about how many people come to our website and our social media. We had close to 1 million people on our website last year, and a lot of people were wanting to look at the Bloom Cam that weren't just from Macon, they were from all over the world.
So do you have like a little raffle going? Like if you get it closest, you might win some kind of like the new cherry blossom pin?
We
or
don't
something
yet,
like
but
that?
that's a really good idea. We'll have to think about that for sure.
People also want to know, you're always looking, the board, which is so influential in the direction of the organization, looks for new things to try and different things. What might people expect new this year?
So we have so many things going on. We have 10 days of fun for everyone in your family. Over 80% of our events are free or at a nominal price. This year, the festival at Carolyn Creighton Park, that's where we have our amusement rides. The Midway provider is amazing from Drew Expositions. We have food trucks and our nightly concert series. We're really trying to work on our weekends for the nightly concert series this year. And our performers are Parmalee and Ernest. And we also have a great group of people that are going to be throughout the week. But one of the stories that I think is really cool this year is we'll have Bryce Leatherwood, who's the winner of The Voice and has a Macon connection. His grandfather was a lieutenant with the fire department here in Macon, and so he grew up coming here and spending time on their farm in Lizella, so it'll be a great time for people in Macon to come out and support him.
So how do we find out who's on what day?
That'll be on cherryblossom.com. You can visit our full schedule of events, where it also features events from our community partners that we may not be hosting, but we provide their information.
Is the live music ticketed, or it's open to everyone?
Great question.
Is it free?
So we have a $10 admission fee to get into the festival at Carolyn Creighton Park, but that will include close to $500,000 worth of free entertainment. So that's the nightly concert series, our shows and attractions, which this year they're going to be amazing. We have an animal show this year, so I know a lot of people are going to be looking forward to that, and it gives you access to the rides too.
If you haven't been down to the park lately, I mean,
Yeah.
It gets every year. The improvements down there are pretty
Certainly.
amazing. And it's a real testimony to things we have available here in Macon.
That's for sure. We're so thankful for the support of our local government and our sponsors. And this year we were able to celebrate the dedication of Carolyn Creighton Park and the sign. So that was really special, and we're looking forward to our first festival with it.
talk to us about this animal show coming up. What are the animals that we can expect to see here? Because I would imagine there's a lot of families going to this. What all can they expect?
So we have a couple of great shows, but that animal show I was talking about is a sea lion splash show. So they're going to be there.
So actual sea lions.
Yes.
They're going to splash those
Yes.
guests, right?
Or maybe, a reporter, whatnot, trying to get an extra scoop. But yes, we'll have.
They splash on command?
They can. They're very, very intelligent animals. So I'm looking forward to seeing them in real life.
That's fantastic. So I want to ask you this. Vein Specialist is all about the family, all about helping to promote the family, and is a very family-oriented company. I think it's a great thing. If the family is looking at coming to this, in addition to the animal show, what other events would you say are family and kid-friendly?
Well, we're so thankful to Vein Specialists of the South for all of their support of our events. It's what makes us succeed, is having the support of our sponsors. So we're super thankful for that. We have an amazing lineup from the opening day to the ending day, but that fun little free and exciting events for the family, some of those would include our bed race and our wiener dog race and our trash can trot. That's that first Saturday. So those are fun and free for the whole family. Last year it was a little cold, but people bundled up and came on out. This year we're expecting perfect weather, like we always do.
Of course, right?
Exactly. And so we're looking forward to a great race day. We're also going to have a new component there. We're going to have celebrity musical chairs, excuse me.
Okay.
So that will be local celebrities, elected officials, business owners, those kind of things, battling it out in musical chairs.
Okay.
But let me just explain that. They have to wear like little animals, like the inflatable, like if people do races. So that's what they're going to wear
So,
for the
did you
musical
come up with
chairs.
that idea?
Stacy did, and we love it. We're just going on with it.
I
It's so
actually
much
know a
fun.
local celebrity I'd like to nominate for that,
Too. I thought that would be great if we came on and just invited you out for that. Exactly. So
That's fantastic.
there's so many fun things.
So I forgot about the bed race. The bed race is so cool. Can you walk the people through what that is exactly?
Certainly. So last year we had an upset at the bed race for as long as I can remember at the Macon Bibb Fire Department, who we love. We love Chief Edwards and all of our firefighters and all of our first responders. They were upset by Georgia Power. So Georgia Power beat them by just a few narrow seconds. So this year we know that they're already practicing and looking for revenge. But yes, we had about 15 people or 15 groups in the bed race last year, and it goes very competitively. So.
Most of them serious? You got a few that are just for fun?
Oh,
kinda like the
absolutely.
Mardi Gras, something
Correct.
like that?
So we have some groups that kind of just walk on through, but most of them are pretty serious about
So
it.
you have to have the ambulance nearby
We do.
for accidents?
We do.
She says with a smile.
We do. And they're just watching and enjoying it as well.
right.
So.
With this rivalry between Georgia Power and the fire department, we might need the police down there, too.
I know, and I've been trying to get some other surrounding area fire departments to get involved. I think that might just up the antes a little bit. We'll see.
Yeah.
Cool.
So is this literally a bed race? Like, can you walk us through what this looks like? So this is a
Sure.
bed that people put wheels
seen the
on.
bed race?
Well, I just want people at home to be able to visualize what's going on
Certainly.
here.
So they have, they construct them. Kind of depends on whatever their business is. We've had
Okay.
anywhere from a mattress company put a mattress on. Piedmont actually was involved last year as a sponsor, and they actually put a gurney in and did their little race that way with the wheel. You have to have 4 people run it, and it has to have 4 wheels. But as long as you can control it, you can kind of use your imagination to get there.
Fantastic. And when are the entries due on that?
So we want them as soon as possible, but
Okay.
definitely by the end of February.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how many cherry trees are there in Macon, the Middle Georgia area? Do you have an estimate?
We have approximately 350,000 cherry blossom trees here in Macon, Georgia.
So, and what is the average age of it, longevity of a tree?
Around 30 to 40 years, so it kind of just depends, but we try to keep getting people to plant them in our community, so we keep that title of Cherry Blossom Capital of the World.
Right. So we got, that's one of the challenges for our audience is, have you planted some new trees lately?
Right, there we go.
So where do you get trees?
So you can get them at Carolyn Creighton Park in our round building from Keep Making Bibb Beautiful, or you can call them directly to get them as well.
And they're purchased?
Yes.
And what's the cost to buy a tree?
Typically they're about $10, but you'll have to check their website to see.
So do you know, like, if you plant one this year, when do you probably going to see your first blossom?
It kind of depends on just where you're located, but I would give it a few years. We have one in our yard that we planted last year, and so I'm hoping for good things
This
year.
might be the year.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Just like year
Yes,
year 2.
year
It's
2.
going to be the year. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Certainly.
They're bus tours where you can, if you're traveling from out of town, or if you're living here and you want to get on the bus tour? Tell us about that.
Sure. So Visit Macon is an amazing partner, and they have opportunities where you can tour. We have a lot of great music, obviously, in here in Macon, Georgia, and so that would be a great thing to
But
ask
there
them
are
about.
tours of
The Cherry Blossom
iconic
Trail.
sites for the Cherry Blossom Trail.
Certainly.
Tell people about the Cherry Blossom Trail.
So that would be in the Wesleyan Woods, North Macon area. So you can go onto our website, and we have a full map of that trail, and you can drive along and see them in their blooming.
Okay.
Neat. So I understand that there's going to be some changes to the festival's Royal Court program. Can you walk through what some of those look like?
Sure. So in the past, we had a pageant growing up for our queen and our princesses to decide them. We've decided that after kind of seeing what the entire nation's doing for our royalty programs, for our events like the Kentucky Derby and the Pasadena, California events, we wanted to do more of an interview process where we really got to know the girls, and we have an application process where they do an essay. We look at their GPA, their extracurriculars, so we really know someone is involved in the community.
So if the queen has the opportunity to compete at other competitions,
She can do that on her own, but this is just for Cherry Blossom. We used to have a Miss Georgia component, but now we just focus on the
so
Cherry
they
Blossom
could
Festival.
go to.
Absolutely, and we definitely have girls that do both, so we love having
Maybe
that.
you could have a Cherry Blossom queen that was Miss America. one
That's
day,
right. Hey,
You
that's
never know.
that's
Yeah,
right.
That's right. Is it just local girls or is it anyone?
Anyone in Macon, Georgia, or
Okay.
in Middle Georgia.
Okay.
Aren't there children too?
Absolutely. So we have the Little Mr. and Miss Cherry Blossom, which is still a pageant, but it's
Yeah.
so sweet and fun for
yeah.
the whole family to come out and enjoy. We have about 55 to 7-year-olds.
Wow.
So if you have a child that might aspire, is that something you worked for over a year's time? How do families go ahead and see if their child might want to do that?
Certainly. So the great thing about Little Mr. and Miss Cherry Blossom is it's not a full intense pageant. It's just a little, they apply online and then they do a little short interview on stage. And so that's been really great because they get to tell them, their favorite foods, their favorite activities, and some of these kids are hilarious. That's the best part, just hearing, what a sweet child will say about, their favorite
never
food.
know,
Yes,
right?
exactly. They have no filters. So.
Hannah, I'd love for you to tell us a little bit about the economic impact that a festival of this size has. I would imagine a weeks-long festival like this is bringing in a lot of, not just people, but a lot of money into the Middle Georgia community that really benefits all of us.
That's right. So we were very proud last year. We had a $5.5 million economic impact. And Visit Macon provided that data so that we could confirm that it was from an outside organization. We also had an increase for people from about 50 miles away. It was 21% of an increase last year. So we had people coming from all over Georgia to the event, and we're looking to increase that this year as well.
So what's estimate of how many people we might expect in town this festival?
So over the 10 days, we expect about 300,000.
Wow, that's crazy.
That's great. So you were telling me earlier a little bit about the traffic to the website. Folks might want to know about that.
Absolutely. So we want you to download our app and go to our website, use both. And then, like I said, a lot of people use it as well. People from international areas all the way to people from around the Southeast. But we get close to 1 million people on our website.
So if you attend some of the official functions, there are other organizations that you come from all over the country to be here. And I guess y'all reciprocate with their festivals.
Certainly.
Talk a little bit about that program, and there are people that traditionally have come for many years, organizations.
That's
Tell us a little
right.
bit about that.
So that's with our visiting festival program. So we have a VIP opportunity for them to come. So those are people from Fiesta San Antonio, Minneapolis Aquatennial. We have people from the Rose Bowl, people from all over the country that come to that. And every year we love and look forward to meeting new people from those areas and also sending our representatives there as
So
well.
you get to go to some of those other events.
We send our board chair and our president CEO, but I think next year we may go somewhere. We'll
That
see.
would be fun. They seem to have a great time when
They
they come.
do.
And it's a great way to them to go home and talk about Macon.
Certainly, especially if they're, at a larger scale, event or whatnot, just being able to compete, just having that exposure with our peers at that level is really important to us.
Yeah. So, Dr. Harper, one of the cool things about doing the show is we get to not only interview great people like Hannah here, but we also get these pins.
Yeah.
Can you tell us a little bit about these pins and where people can go? Because let me tell you, these are great.
They
I love
did. Our merchandising manager and our staff worked on it this year, Robin Cochran, so shout out to her for a great pin. But as you'll see, it has a beautiful amount of flowers, and we had DB Grove design it this year, and it stands for Love, Beauty, and International Friendship. So,
Love, beauty, and international friendship.
and those are our founding principles. So,
So where do you get those if you want to?
We have several locations. You can visit them on our gift shop online, or you can go to Visit Macon, several organizations like the Museum of Arts and Sciences, and some of the businesses downtown as well.
Right. So is there a shop during the show, during that 10 days?
Yes, sir.
That you can walk in? Where's that going to be this year?
That's going to be at the festival at Carolyn Creighton Park. So that's where people can come in the round building. They can get their tickets for entrance and then shop our gift shop.
Very nice. So, Dr. Harper, you've been in Macon for a while. Do you have any cherry blossom stories that you can think of that stood out to you?
Yes, I do have a few.
Okay.
So one of our traditions at Vein Specialist of the South, of course, we're downtown, and one afternoon, probably the first afternoon, second one, we kind of close up a little early, and everybody goes down there and does the rides, and they bring their kids with them if they have children that want to ride. And we have some interesting stories that I can't share on the show, but about some of the rides and some of the interaction with maybe there was some camels down there at one time. You know,
Okay.
They can be not so nice sometimes.
Interesting. Noting all of this. Noting all of this.
That's great. So, my favorite memory of my late grandmother, I was probably 9 or 10 years old. And at this time, I don't know if they still do this, but there was a helicopter tour.
Yeah.
And my dad paid for me and my grandmother to get on a helicopter, me as a young kid, to get on this helicopter with her. And together we rode on this thing. And this helicopter rode all the way up the Ocmulgee River, all the way to North Macon, turned around, came back. I still remember that to this day. It's one of my favorite memories of her.
You still have the helicopter?
We don't this year, but we have something that's kind of interesting, and definitely want to give a shout out to Piedmont as well, because they have brought a hot air balloon tethered ride every night this year at the Cherry Blossom Festival. So if you go to the festival at Carolyn Creighton Park from 5 to 8, depending on the weather, so if it's windy or anything like that, they can't go up, but there will be tethered hot air balloon rides. So
I think
we're really
a
excited.
long time ago there was a race around over town or something, was it?
I think so, yes. I kind of remember that.
But the weather can be a problem.
Yes, they are very specific on the conditions that they can operate in. So
Well, that's a great opportunity. Have you ever been in a hot air balloon?
I've never been on a hot air balloon. That's right.
The first time you could bring
This might be it.
your son.
We got a baby now. Yeah, maybe he could go up there. And yeah, that's right. That's right. He would at least be contained then.
There we go.
That's the thing.
That's right. That's right.
So Hannah, I want to ask you a question about what the Cherry Blossom does year round, because I know you guys do more than just the 10-day event. But first, we need to take a quick break and hear a word from our sponsor.
I'm a 37-year-old mother of 2 and enjoy spending time with my family. As an athletic trainer for a manufacturing plant, I'm on my feet all day. I developed bulging varicose veins after my pregnancies. That only got worse. Then spider veins. After a family beach vacation and lacking confidence, it was time to do something about my legs. As a medical professional, I knew Vein Specialist of the South is the best in Central Georgia. From my first phone call to completion of procedures, every staff member was professional and ultra caring. I was blown away by how much information I learned and the severity of my legs. I loved the staff and even looked forward to returning each visit. The procedure had minimal downtime, and I even walked a mile after my last procedure. Months later, I was back at the beach again with 2 pretty legs and newly gained confidence. If you're ready to get your life back, call Vein Specialists of the South today.
Piedmont Macon is proud to be your partner in healthcare, in business and in the community. From our 2 convenient hospitals and ERs, our cardiac program, women's services, and urgent care centers, we provide Middle Georgians with comprehensive care close to home. Our goal is to empower you through great care that's simplified, unified, and easier than ever to access. Our mission is to make a positive difference in every life we touch. We want to be part of your family and your life and to make our community a better place to live.
So Hannah, the Cherry Blossom Festival, it's 10 days, but you guys do way more than just those 10 days during the Cherry Blossom Festival. Can you tell us about the other work that goes on throughout the year?
Our royalty is involved throughout the year. We speak at schools, we visit hospitals, we do things with them throughout the year. We also support other community organizations like the Otis Redding organization. We also do things to try to be engaged in our community throughout the year, like supporting the half marathon that just happened, which was a great experience for Macon. So we also have some really great things coming up this year. We're really looking forward to some new exciting events in addition to our legacy events like the parade and the bed race and the festival at Carolyn Creighton Park. But we have a derby party this year, which is really exciting. That will be at Wesleyan College in their beautiful equestrian area. So it's called the Cherry Blossom Derby Party because it will be in line with the Kentucky Derby. We'll have live viewing screens, we'll have live and silent auctions, we'll have heavy hors d'oeuvres and delicious cocktails from Piedmont Brewery. So it's going to be a great experience.
Now that's probably ticketed.
It is. So it's $50 a ticket, and they go on sale February 14th.
Now, if you're just waking up, turning on 13 WMASD, and you're wondering what's going on here, we're sitting down with the 2013 Cherry Blossom Queen.
Back in the day.
Hey,
back in the day.
ago? It's not that long ago. I am curious about what that was like. Tell us about what it was like to win.
So I think the most impactful part was getting to see little kids wave back at you in the parade. That was just magical. And so that's what we always tell the girls is just wait for the parade because that's when it really sinks in that you have a crown on your head and everyone's looking at you. So that's just so special to see little kids look up to you.
So how hard was it to learn to wave?
It wasn't that hard. Do you want to practice?
Give us the wave.
Yeah.
Give us the wave.
Back in the day.
So it's like that. So
Yes.
cupped hand.
Yes.
Okay, like that.
Just a little, there we go.
You know,
Could be the
spiritual
senior
gift.
king
Spiritual gift. Yeah.
of the Cherry Blossom.
Yes, definitely. There are kings at other events.
Legacy,
Yes.
legacy.
There's legacy queens this year.
Right.
Yes, sir.
Very nice.
So we always encourage our viewers, and a lot of them want to know how can they help? Are there ways to volunteer with the organization, things they could do during the 10-day event? What's out there for people to help?
There are several opportunities. They could volunteer at 3rd Street Park. That's where we have our giveaways. So we have free Coca-Cola, free Krispy Kreme, free ice cream from Kroger. So if they wanted to come volunteer to help that event, they could do that. We have the parade, which we bring thousands of people downtown to watch that. So if they wanted to serve as a way for people, checking in or whatnot, volunteering there. But there are always opportunities. So they can visit.
They had to go through some screening.
Yes.
What they call the office.
Certainly. So they can call the office or visit our website, and there's a little bit of information for them there.
Okay, so if you think you might want to help,
Yeah.
there's someplace for everybody to help.
That's right. Always. Something for everybody.
I know we're all a little bit competitive, right? I know
Yes.
you were, and probably this guy, they for sure. But tell us about awards that the Cherry Blossom Festival has recognized and how that happened and what they look at to make those decisions.
Definitely. So we have an application process to be recognized by our industry, and this year we were recognized heavily by the International Festival and Events Association. We got 25 international awards where we were competing against Japan, California, other places in Georgia, all over the Southeast, and we won things from best sponsorship program to best marketing to best events. We won kind of the whole shebang all over throughout the application process. We also were named one of the top events of the Southeast by the Southeastern Tourism Society. So that's our organization that kind of governs over the Southeast. So we were very proud to receive that.
Right, and Macon's gotten a lot of recognition for a place to visit, and
That's
Cherry Blossom
right.
is one of the reasons why.
There's so many great things going on in Macon. We all know it, and we're just proud to be a part of it.
Isn't it crazy? It seems like every month now there's another publication that has a glowing profile on Macon. And it is. It's because of events like this that people can come and they can enjoy stuff like this that you just don't see in a lot of other communities.
Right. So we're very proud to serve Macon in that way.
And thank you all so much for doing that.
Yeah. Talk to me if you had to pick one thing that you look forward to the most about the Cherry Blossom Festival. What do you think that'd be?
Just seeing the families getting out together and having a safe and exciting place to go and just making those memories. I think something you were telling about or your grandfather, just having those generational opportunities now. I mean, we're 42 years in, so we are having those opportunities for families to come who grew up coming to the festival. So that's my favorite part.
For people who are new to Macon and maybe this is their first opportunity to learn about the festival, talk a little bit about Mr. Ficklin and Miss Carolyn Creighton and what
I would love to.
You know them, or you know of them, you know the history. Share some of that with us.
Absolutely. The Fickling family is phenomenal, and so is Miss Creighton, and we obviously owe so much to both of them for this festival to be in existence. So Mr. Fickling was just kind of strolling in his backyard back in the 1940s, looking around and noticed a tree and was very interested in what that was. He didn't really know. He asked people around town and no one kind of knew either. When he was on a business trip to Washington, D.C., he noticed around the tidal basin that there were similar cuttings. He actually brought one and he was able to compare it and realize it was a cherry blossom tree, which is very rare to the South. So we were really excited that obviously he did so much in giving those to the community. And Miss Creighton, when she moved here in the 70s, she was just awestruck by how beautiful they were. And so she wanted to do something that would, bring people together, and that was a way to do community plantings of the cherry blossom trees. And it turned into having a birthday party for him on 3rd Street Park, and that's March 23rd, which is not coincidentally his birthday, is the peak bloom date. So it all just really works out.
It's amazing how a few people
Absolutely.
can do some things that have a lasting impact, not only a legacy for them, but for the whole community. So
That's right.
what might you do? That's the challenge. What's out there that you would like to do for the community to make a big difference?
Sure, absolutely.
All right, so Hannah, we know that the Cherry Blossom Festival is just around the corner. Give us a quick snapshot of the lineup of events that we have coming up.
Wonderful. So we open with the opening ceremony. That's our first kickoff event where we get to sing the national anthem, and we sing the national anthem of Japan as well to recognize our symbolism of our relationship with Japan and our cherry blossom trees. So that's really something that a lot of people look forward to, and we do as well. So we have that, and then we go ahead and start the festival at Carolyn Creighton Park. So come out and eat some good food, listen to good music, and enjoy the rides. That first Saturday, we have our race day in downtown Macon. So that's where we have the bed race, the wiener dog race, the trash can trot, and the ultimate air dogs diving competition. Say that a few times
Wow,
fast.
that was good.
We have a
Didn't even
competition
stutter.
Hey,
for
can
all
you bring
the.
your own dog and let it try
You
to jump
can
out?
for
Right?
$20 a day. You can do that.
$20. Bring it down and let them try it out.
That's right. And
Okay.
there were so many people that did it last year that were so much fun to watch just because they'd never done something like that. So,
Yeah.
so we're really excited about that. And then that Sunday we have the parade, and the Ultimate Air Dogs diving competition is going on that Sunday as well. So you have 2 days to watch
So what's
it.
the route that the parade goes?
The parade starts here on Cherry Street, and it goes all the way down to 1st Street, turns right onto 1st, and then turns right onto Mulberry where it ends. So that's a great way to get the community involved with bands and organizations as well. We have the 3rd Street Park festivities that go on during the week. That's where we have the free giveaways. And then we have the Food Truck Frenzy that second week, and that's a big
Everybody
deal.
wants to go. to the
Everybody
food
loves a
truck.
good
Absolutely.
food truck.
That's right. It's
right.
the mania
It's like
sweeping the
after church,
country.
I mean, we're down there.
Go
Yes.
straight there. That's
That's right.
The Baptists try to beat the Methodists and vice versa, and it's a foot race down there. That's right. Hannah, we're running out of time, and we've got to cut it short there. Thanks so much for joining us this week and for walking all of us through all of the important work that you guys do at the Cherry Blossom Festival. I don't know about you, but I cannot wait to attend.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome.
It is. Best one yet.
And thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned for where me and Dr. Harper will show up next. You never know where it might be.
I'm a mom and an outside sales rep. After my second pregnancy, I was left with terrible varicose veins in both legs, a real cosmetic issue for me, until I found Vein Specialists of the South. A 5-star experience from consult to procedure, the staff truly cared about my comfort and explained every step in detail. Now my legs feel amazing. I have my youthful legs back. If you want the best, call Vein Specialists of the South today.